announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States, and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly.
Hello, my friends. This is Alien Contactee Lionel Anderson here with you guys with a brand new YouTube BitChute video. And in today's video, as you can see, I played that clip there where Trump spoke about Project Stargate. That was only his second day in office, of course. I've already had videos talking about that, but I just wanted to replay that. And as you can see, he says, Project Stargate. Don't forget that name. Well, Trump, I could tell you right now, I have not forgotten about that name. Oh no. Ever since you announced that, it's been stuck in my head. And I think it's very important that the masses understand what this Project Stargate is all about. Of course, Stargates being portals into other dimensions, other realms, okay? And then what's its connection to AI? Because your Project Stargate is to build this AI infrastructure. Well, in the video I did about it, a couple weeks ago when I was in Paris, I told you guys that this is a portal to the astral AI, demonic AI, Demiurge, and its archons, making a physical manifestation into our realm. So we're going to go much deeper on this topic today to show you that this is indeed the case. And we're going to be talking about Elon Musk. That's right, he just announced his new AI chatbot, GROK 3. Oh yeah, there it is there. Kind of looks like Saturn, wouldn't you say? Which is this 4D demonic astral AI. So we're going to be getting into GROK today. What does GROK mean? What is this logo all about that he just released? And is it possible that this GROK is the beginning phases of this demonic astral AI, the Demiurge, physically manifesting itself? Is GROK actually the Demiurge, my friends? Oh, we're going to get into this deeply. We're going to get into Saturn symbolism, NEMESIS, black holes. This one's going to go deep, okay, my friends? So let's just get into it. Before you do, just encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy today's video, as I say, subscribe to survive, and also smash the like button. It helps old Lionel out so much with the algorithms. And now let's just get into this deep rabbit hole, shall we? So, you know, this topic originally came up for me to do this video on because, you know, I saw Elon Musk with his announcement. The GROK 3 is out. And obviously I noticed how it looks like Saturn. It's got the ring around the Saturn and all that, you know. And so immediately I was like, oh, Saturn symbolism. But then I came across the actual artist here who, you know, designed the logo. And you could see what he says there. He says it has to do with the singularity and black holes. You know, I go into the comment section, some people pointing out it's obviously Saturn, and then a lot of people saying, oh, it's not Saturn, it's a black hole, it's totally different, you conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. And, you know, this just sent me down a wild rabbit hole, and it just started uncovering more and more things for me. So we're going to be getting into all these things today, and I'll be showing you how Saturn actually is a black hole, and is connected to the black hole sun, NEMESIS, and all that. Oh, yeah, and it's connected to the AI. Oh, my goodness, that's crazy stuff. But let's first start off with the word GROK, okay? What does the word GROK mean? All right. And just by the way, my friends, all this is going to connect to Project Stargate. I just want to let you guys know this. It's all connected. Okay. So the word GROK, it means something to do from a book in the 1960s. And it's about Martians on Mars and this alien being learning from the humans, okay? And of course this is relating to what the AI is going to be doing. So I'm going to read you what the Wikipedia says on GROK. So let's take a look right now. GROK is a neologism coined by the American writer Robert A. Heinlein for his 1961 science fiction novel Stranger in a Strange Land. While the Oxford English Dictionary summarizes the meaning of GROK as to understand intuitively or by empathy, to establish rapport with and to empathize or communicate sympathetically with also to experience enjoyment. Robert A. Heinlein's original coined the term grok in his 1961 novel Stranger in a Strange Land as a Martian word that could not be defined in earthling terms, but can be associated with various literal meanings such as water, to drink, to relate, life, or to live, and had a much more profound figurative meaning that is hard for the terrestrial culture to understand because of its assumption of a singular reality. According to the book, drinking water is a central focus on Mars, where it's scarce. Martians use the merging of their bodies with water as a simple example or symbol of how two entities can combine to create a new reality greater than the sum of its parts. The water becomes part of the drinker, and the drinker part of the water. Both grok each other. Things that once had separate realities become entangled in the same experiences, goals, history, and purpose. Within the book, the statement or divine immanence, verbalized among the main characters, "Thou art God," is logically derived from the concept inherent in the term grok. There you go, my friends. So as you could see, it's to merge, right? It's merging with humans, learning from us and merging with us. Of course, we know there is an agenda by the powers that be that is underway right now to merge us with the AI, and that's physically as well. The thing they want you to get and all the nanotechnology that's in everything now that we're ingesting, humans are being connected to the cloud, being connected to this AI as we speak. And of course, it's going to keep you stuck in the simulation, the matrix, as we near the end of this cycle. They don't want people ascending out. So only those who have, detoxed and cleansed their vessels and have reached high frequency state will be the ones who don't merge, but the rest are going to be recycled, right? So grok means to merge the AI with the people, and it's also, as you can see in Buddy's post there, it's about the singularity, okay? So what does the singularity mean? Well, I have a few videos to show you talking about the singularity. One of them is going to be from Elon Musk talking about it himself. Take a look.
Certainly got to 2029, these computers will know everything that human beings will know. We're going to expand that at an unprecedented rate in terms of scientific progress. So by 2045, we'll expand what we know at least 1 million times, which is quite hard to understand. That's why we call it the singularity.
Call it the singularity. And that's probably a good way to think about it. It's a singularity. It's hard to predict, like a black hole, what happens past the event horizon.
Right. So once it's implemented, it's very different because it will
once
be able to...
Once the genie's out of the bottle, what's going to happen?
And it will be able to improve itself.
Yes.
That's where it gets spooky, right? The idea that it can do thousands of years of innovation very, very quickly.
Yeah. It could be terrible, and it could be great. It's not clear.
Right.
But one thing is for sure, we will not control it.
There you go. So as you can see, they're saying it could be a really bad thing. We don't know. Oh, it could be a great thing or it could be a bad thing. Oh, we just don't know. Isn't that insane that we're doing something that could potentially end civilization? And as Elon Musk once said, it's summoning the demon and all that. And that, we're just going to go ahead and do it and see what happens. It's insanity. But the thing that's even more insane, my friends, is they do know. They damn well know what's going to happen. And why is that? Because AI is nothing new. They want you to think AI is just this new technology. This is the first time humanity's ever had it, but it's not. This AI is an ancient force, an ancient technology, you could say, so much so that this reality you're living in right now is AI, my friends. We're in a matrix simulation AI already. We're within the Demiurge's world. We're within the Saturn GameCube, okay? Black cube of Saturn, all that stuff, okay? We're within the Demiurge, Yalabeos inverted matrix right now. Everything is controlled AI. You're already hooked up to AI in a way, okay? Our bodies are AI. That's how deep this goes. And now we're seeing more of this manifestation of this physical or of this astral AI, which operates from the fourth dimension. It's starting to manifest physically into our realm as we go through a great matrix reset. And there is an ascension event where people have an opportunity to leave, but what they're doing is reconnecting you further to this AI so you stay stuck within the matrix, and it comes with the reptilian harvest and the reset event. Okay, that's how deep it goes. My whole channel goes deep on these topics. Okay, but today's video we're going to be focusing on this concept of this AI that they damn well know about, that they're bringing in because they worship it, okay? They worship Saturn. That's right, the elites of the world worship Saturn. That's why you see the black cube of Saturn all over the world, including on Trump Tower. Why? Because he's a Saturn worshiper. All the Abrahamic religions worship, you guessed it, Saturn. That's right, the cross, unfolded cube, the Muslims walking around the Kaaba, the Jews wearing the black cube on their foreheads, all that, okay? The powers that be, the satanic, reptilian, the most evilest people out there, they all worship Saturn, and then the brainwashed masses don't understand what it's about, and they worship it too. It is this demiurge entity. So that takes us to the next portion of our video, talking about the GROK symbol. How fitting is it that you have what appears to be Saturn as the representation of GROK, okay? Elon Musk's new AI that he just unleashed and that people are using, right? He's saying it's the most advanced AI in the world. Of course, it's Saturn. All right? So, people are trying to say here that, oh, it's not Saturn, it's just a black hole. That's what the artist said. It's just a black hole. But you guys got to realize that Saturn is a black hole. And I know a lot of people who believe everything NASA tells them will be like, oh no, planets are gas giants, blah, blah, blah. No. What you guys got to realize are all the planets, including our own sun, they're all portals to other realms. Many of them, especially Saturn, Mars, all that, they're portals to the astral realm, okay? And our sun is a portal to the astral as well, but also to beyond that as well, okay? So I wanted to first off show you how our sun is a portal, and I also wanted to show you how Saturn, just to prove to you it's not just some gas giant, Saturn used to be our sun, believe it or not. And then something happened, it got hijacked. It used to be a good portal, a good Stargate, okay? The sun, all these planets, they're Stargates, Project Stargate. But I'm going to show you how Saturn used to be our sun, my friends, which will show you that it is indeed a black hole, okay? So let's first look at that footage of showing how our sun is a black hole, and then we'll look at how Saturn used to be our sun and is a black hole. Let's take a look.
The moon is not a rock that you can go and land on. It is a plasma, obviously. The sun is plasma. That's why they are called holy. They are actually holes in the sky. You see, we look up and we go, oh, that's a globe. The earth must be a globe because they're all balls. They're not balls. They are holes in the sky. That's why they are holy. It's not a ball of substance. It's a portal. It's a gate. That's why God is the word for gate. Babylon means the gate of the gods. So the Freemasonic G, that's God. The gate. The portal how you got here is through the sun. That's why we have to become Christian, which means helio-gnostic, know the Son of God. And Jesus said, only through me do you go to the Father. Yes, of course, because we have to go through the Sun. It's a portal. It's a wormhole. Holy hole. Why are they talking about, we've got to go into a wormhole? Well, that's the wormhole right there, the sun. It's staring right at you.
There you go. So that was Santo Spinacci, the great Santo Spinacci, talking about how these are all portals, stargates, wormholes to other realms, right? And now we even have mainstream science starting to put out articles like this. Mainstream scientists and whatnot, even talking about, oh, there might be a little black hole in the sun, right? And they're slowly disclosing that this is what it is. And it's been well known in many esoteric and occult circles, many people who've done astral traveling and whatnot, that the sun indeed is a gateway, a portal. So if that our sun is that, then if Saturn used to be our sun, well, then that would mean that it's not just a gas giant, that it as well is a dark portal. So I'm going to show you a couple videos talking about how Saturn used to be our sun. But before we get to that clip, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsors down at OWELI. Best supplements around, my friends. They got the liver detox. Our liver is responsible for most of what we detox over our body, my friends. So if your liver isn't healthy, you're not going to be detoxifying all the poisons as good. So doing a liver detox will be good for your overall health and have you detox all the crap that they've been spraying us with and we've been eating and in the air. You know, it's all over, in our water supply, you name it. We've been infested with poisons on a daily basis. So do a liver detox. Do yourself a favor. Link to that is down below in the description. Also, you could do a colon cleanse, which will flush everything out. It's been a lot of ingredients been shown to get rid of parasites and whatnot. So, hey, talk to your doctors before you take any supplement, anything like that. Do your own research into it. But if all is clear and it's something you want to do, I highly recommend it. Link is down below in the description, and I also have a 15% off coupon code and free shipping in the United States. So down below, check it out. Okay, my friends? Let's take a look.
The sun that we have now was not so visible when Saturn was the sun. And if you read Hesiod and Homer and Virgil, Ovid and all of those greats, even John Milton and Dante Alighieri, you'll find that their works reminisce about a time when Saturn ruled the Golden Age. And he did. It was the central sun of the solar system. And the sun that we have now was, just a secondary planet. And it appeared virtually out of nowhere around about 15,000 years.
There's something suspicious about Saturn. Max Spears asserted that Saturn was, quote, hijacked by parasitic entities, leading to the creation of its rings. He believes these entities transformed Saturn from a life-giving force into a transmitter of low-frequency negative energy, which is then amplified by the moon to influence Earth. Spears mysteriously died not long after publicizing these findings. This all sounds weird until you read Ringmakers of Saturn by Norman Bergrun. In this book, Bergrun independently presents compelling evidence as well as tons of photographs of what appears to be enormous, tens of thousand kilometers long electromagnetic vehicles which maintain Saturn's rings. He argues that these vehicles are extremely complex and cannot possibly be naturally formed. He concludes that there must be some sort of extremely advanced intelligence that maintains Saturn's rings. Fascinatingly, in Jordan Maxwell's work, he independently presents even more compelling evidence of an ancient global religion on Earth that worships Saturn. He argues that this global religion became popular during a time where Saturn, not the sun, was actually the primary celestial body in the sky. Okay, but what if this is all a coincidence? Well, elite control and survivor Alondra Markman reveals that Saturn is heavily associated with and that every country in the world literally has an off-world embassy on Saturn's rings where leaders go to perform rituals for. Is it possible that there's something up with Saturn and it has something to do with some ancient cult, which the elites still take part in, which links them to powerfully advanced parasitic entities who aim to maintain the 3D materialistic matrix on Earth? Follow me for more hidden knowledge.
So they have been using the sun, which is Helios, which is the real name for the sun. The sun, Helios, is the entrance point to get into this 3D realm here. So they're using that as a vortex in-out point.
Now that's the significance of the 39 steps, but also Saturn. I think you mentioned earlier that Saturn was our original sun.
Well, Saturn was the original sun, yes. Yeah. And Saturn, yes. And Saturn got pushed out. It was, in truth, a more efficient sun and a better sun. But then they caught that sun and imprisoned it. The ring around the sun, the ring around Saturn, is an imprisonment. It's imprisoned. Saturn isn't bad. Saturn is another word for where they take Satan from, because it's the controlling force. It's Capricorn.
But is this related to the Ringmakers of Saturn?
Yes, and Lord of the Rings, and the principle is that. So the ring, one ring to rule them all, would be the ring that is around Saturn.
There you go, my friends. But as you could see, Saturn indeed used to be our main sun. It's all throughout ancient mythologies and whatnot. So it's very clear what Saturn is. Okay? And it's also connected to the black cube of Saturn and the AI. Of course, we got the ring that is around this Saturn. Okay, so let's look and see what Max Spears has to say about the ring that is around Saturn. Take a look.
Because it's everywhere. It's a Saturn cult. It's Saturn is you'll see the ring, even the tick on Nike shoes.
Yeah.
That's
Google Chrome.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, so because they worship it, because it's maintaining the false reality that's here. If there was a way to break the ring, I wonder what would happen. If we could break if we could unbind Saturn, or if it could heal itself, because at the moment it's not healed, it's sick, right?
Yes.
As a planet.
Yes.
If Saturn could heal, the Earth would heal.
And one of the symbols of Saturn is the cube.
Sure. Because of the hexagon on the top of it. Because the hexagon is
on top of the Saturn, on the north pole of Saturn.
Yes.
Okay, and the cube also symbolizes artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Because you have binary system, so it's computerized.
Yes.
And you have 2 times 2 times 2.
Yes.
And the cube is to the third dimension.
Cubed. Right. Yeah.
So it's.
There you have it, my friends. So as you can see, he's saying how Saturn wasn't always a bad thing, of course, but then it was the rings around Saturn and probably this black cube, whatever this technology is, it hijacks Saturn, and it's keeping humanity stuck within this matrix. That's where this whole concept of NEMESIS comes from. They say we're in the NEMESIS simulation. I made a really good video on this topic. I really recommend you guys check that out. I also have another good video that goes further on these topics on black holes and whatnot that you could check out. Links to those will be down below in the description box. But back to what we're saying here. Very clear, my friends, that this GROK A.I image here for GROK, it is this black hole, or the black hole sun, or the black star, whatever you want to call it, which is Saturn, which is connected to the 4D astral AI. Okay? It's got the rings, as you can see. It has the rings. It's a black hole with the rings. It's Saturn. Okay, my friends? That's what it is. Establish the fact that Saturn is a black hole with the rings, and it's this AI force, and of course, Musk using it as the AI. So you could see the people trying to gaslight you and be like, oh no, it's a black hole, it's not Saturn, blah, 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 blah. No, that's exactly what it is. So I got one little last video, or it's going to be me reading to you a very interesting article, which is just going to solidify my entire argument here. It's a very deep dive on Saturn being a black hole and how this has been placed in much predictive programming in Hollywood and whatnot, and it speaks about a lot of scientific stuff as well. I'm not sure who the author is, but I found this very knowledgeable guy on Reddit, but he's also going to go into how this is a black hole portal, and it's the gate of the gods, and it's where the gods come in and out of the realm and whatnot. You're going to see, and it's really going to hit home with you that this is indeed what Project Stargate is all about. Okay? Saturn is the Stargate to the gods who have taken over this realm. The Demiurge, the Reptilians, the Archons, they're all coming in and out there, my friends, out of this portal. And Trump's Project Stargate, building the AI infrastructure here on Earth to open this Stargate to allow these beings to start physically manifesting through this Saturn portal here on Earth, and also bringing in this AI, which they're connecting us to and putting into this realm. And Elon Musk is playing a huge role with his GROK, which very possibly could be this Demiurge AI force starting to manifest, okay? So I'm going to show you that final clip that I think will solidify my entire argument. So I'll show it to you now, but before I do, I just wanted to say, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button. I am on the website, Buy Me a Coffee, if you appreciate my efforts and would like to help support the channel so I could continue to bring you guys this information. Feel free to buy me a coffee. Link is down below in the description, and I'll even send you some free Patreon videos as a thank you to your email because I appreciate it so much. I would like you guys to also leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about today's video. And yeah, I guess I will share that last little clip with you guys. And yeah, you tell me what you guys think. Until next time, Lionel, signing off.
Is it possible that Saturn could be a black hole or gateway? Saturn is not like every other planet that we know of. It's very unusual in the fact that it has a permanent hexagonal formation supposedly formed by cloud currents on the northern pole. There have been theories as to why this is happening. A 2020 mathematical study at the California Institute of Technology Andy Ingersoll Laboratory found that a stable hexagonal formation can occur on any planet when a storm is surrounded by a ring of winds turning in the opposite direction to the storm itself, called an anticyclonic ring. That's one interpretation. However, some interpretations are arguably more speculative. Some have suggested that Saturn's hexagon is a sign that the planet is hiding a wormhole at its core, serving as a gateway. Scientist and author Dennis McKenna theorizes that the hexagon on Saturn could be the result of a gravitationally stabilized wormhole. In 1935, Albert Einstein and his colleague Nathan Rosen showed that wormholes can theoretically be created by black holes. In his book Trillion Theory, science author Ed Lukowich maintains the existence of a cloaked black hole residing at the core of Saturn and suggests that the rings of Saturn could be a possible manifestation of this black hole. It's known that matter captured by a black hole settles in a disk orbiting the hole. The angular momentum prevents the matter from flowing inward. Rather, the matter is deposited into an orbiting disk outside the hole. A disk like Saturn's rings could be a black hole found at the core of Saturn that serves as a traversable wormhole. And could Saturn's rings be a manifestation of this black hole? Richard Hoagland, an author and former NASA consultant, has presented theories regarding Saturn's nature as a potential gateway. Hoagland's concept suggests that the hexagonal pattern on Saturn is the result of a hyperdimensional physics, extending all the way to Saturn's core. This hexagonal pattern, according to Hoagland, is generated by energy emanating from the core, originating from another dimension entirely. The theories and observations advanced by Hoagland have sparked the curiosity of researchers like Judith Cameron, who in her book, Spiritual Galactic Awakening, The Cosmic Classroom, pondered whether Saturn's hexagon could potentially function as a portal or a stargate, facilitating effortless movement through the realms of time and space. The notion of Saturn serving as a gateway has also been found its way into the hearts of Hollywood blockbuster narratives. In the 2001 version of Planet of the Apes, the protagonist traverses an electromagnetic wormhole situated near Saturn. Similarly, in Independence Day Resurgence, a gateway or wormhole emerges within Saturn's rings. The movie 2001 Space Odyssey showcases the protagonist's journey through a wormhole initially located near Saturn, propelling them through the dimensions of time and space. Likewise, Interstellar features a scenario where the protagonist is propelled through a wormhole by Saturn, leading to a higher dimension. Notably, the black hole wormhole in the movie looks like Saturn with its acceleration disk. Lastly, in the video game Observation, the protagonist enters a portal situated on Saturn's hexagon and finds themselves in an alternate dimension. These instances reflect the widespread appeal of the concept of Saturn as a gateway to alternate realms. Saturn was elevated for its closeness to the sacred heavens and was viewed as the portal bridging the worlds and opening us to our connection with the divine. The book Finding Our Center, The Wisdom from the Stars and Planets in the Times of Change by Heather Ainsworth. In his book, The Saturn Myth, comparative mythologist David Talbot associates Saturn with a gate. His book references ancient texts describing a planetary alignment involving Saturn, dubbed the Saturn polar configuration, as a gate that gods would come through. This gate has been dubbed by some the Saturn Stargate. Nick Hinton, author of the book The Saturn Time Cube Simulation, says, "The Saturn Stargate is a theoretical celestial alignment based on the electric universe theory that supposedly causes a portal to open in the sky." Talbot describes the gate as follows: God comes out on the Saturnian mountaintop through the gate, but he accomplishes this without moving from his fixed abode. The description of Saturn as a gate that God emerges from fits with the idea of what Saturn represents astrologically. Saturn, ruling the sign Capricorn, is known as the gateway of the gods, and Cancer, the opposite sign, is the door to involution or birth into matter. According to Anthony Patch, author of the book Revising Reality, CERN are attempting to access the Saturn polar configuration and open a gate on Saturn's northern pole. He thinks Saturn's hexagon is a wormhole. While Talbot describes the Saturn polar configuration as a gate, one wonders how the planetary alignment of Saturn could have created a gate. According to Hinton, a gate might have always existed on Saturn, saying, but how could a planetary alignment have created a gate? Perhaps a gate has always been there. On top of Saturn, there's a supermassive hexagon that some scientists, like Dennis McKenna, suggest might be the side effect of a gravitationally stabilized wormhole. In antiquity, people worshipped the planet Saturn as a porthole to other dimensions, a gateway, if you will, to the gods.